Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel, Soul is Life. Today let me show you the pattern pieces that I'll be working with. First I have 3 straps that goes to the back of the top. This is also the neckline and the back of the top. So the neckline with the extended down and shoulder with the 3 straps, these 3 pieces, and this is the back of the top. We also have a band that goes to the underbust, and we also have the front part of the top, which is cut on singles. It's 4 pieces. Each 4 pieces are equal measurements, right side facing each other, and cut out with seam allowance added. So this would be the front of the top, this will be the band, this is the back portion, and this is the back portion. So now I'm gonna go ahead, I already pinned the straps so you could see all 3 straps would be pinned, sewn, and turned right side facing out. Then the band and the back portion, the neckline, is going to be stitched with 1/2 inch seam allowance, and the front top, there's going to be an inch seam allowance at the bottom. Everywhere around it's 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to go ahead and pin the front and the back, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. First I put the 2 top pieces together. It's 4 pieces, I'm just showing you 2, so you're going to do this with the exact same thing that you do now. You're going to do it with the other 2 pieces. So first I have one side of the top which has 2 pieces. I'm going to stitch seam allowance all the way to the front, seam allowance all the way to the side. The shoulder and the underbust area is not going to be sewn. You're just going to sew to the front section and the opposite side of the front section. You're going to do that and turn it right side facing each other. So you're going to do that for both pieces. Also, we have 3 straps here. I'm going to stitch all the way along the 3 straps, 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm going to do that all the way on all 3 pieces, and then I'm going to turn it over to the right side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, stitch the front, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch the straps, and then I'll be back to show you what we do next. These are 2 front pieces that I turned on the right side after I stitched it. So as you can see, the front and the side is stitched. I left the shoulders and the waist unstitched. Also, I have the 3 strap pieces that I did, and I turned it over. Now here we have the back section of the top. It's on right side facing each other. So I'm gonna now stitch the neckline and the back area. Here we have the back section. So what I did with the back section is I placed the 3 straps from the middle. I placed one of the straps in the middle of the back, and then I placed one on each side. So that'll be 3, and then I'm going to stitch the seam allowance all the way over. Also, you can just turn this in. Let me remove the pin. You turn this in, and you turn this one in here, and you could just stitch the seam allowance all the way over. So that would be the neck seam allowance, and that would be the bottom seam allowance. So do the both, and then you could just turn it right side facing outside. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch the back of the top, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Here we have the back of the top with the straps. So now I'm going to show you how to join the front of the top to the back of the top. So first, this is the front top. You open the waist area, you push your hands all the way in until you get to the outside, which is here. You take the shoulder of the top, and you join it in with the front of the top, and you just pull it through. When you pull it through, you're gonna now line it up with the shoulder like this. And you're just gonna pin right here. If you need to put your hand in underneath to pull it down, you can do that. And you line it up and pin it. Whatever your seam allowance is, that's what you're gonna be pinning. Now, you're gonna stitch here from the shoulder. You're just gonna stitch the whole shoulder on both pieces, because this piece I turned it over so you could see how I put it in. So you're gonna do the same as you did with this, just stitch it down, and when you're done, you're just gonna pull it out like this. Then you're gonna get this. So I'm gonna go ahead now and stitch both the shoulders together. That's the front shoulder and the back shoulder. I'm going to stitch them both together, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Okay, here we have the back of the top, the three straps sewn in. This will be the front, and I'm going to flat stitch down here. I placed the 3 inches in width, same length as the blouse, and fold in 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to flat stitch both sides all the way down. Then I'm just going to flip it over 1/2 inch, fold in 1/2 inch, flip it over, and flat stitch on top. So it's going to be a loop. Don't sew the sides, leave the sides open. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Here I've sewn the liner on the bottom section, flat iron it down. I did the same on this side and ironed it down. I also put a button and a buttonhole in the waistband and joined the straps onto the waistband also. And there you go, that's the finished product.